Hello, Ms. Bell's Algebra 2 class. This is April 12th, and we're just looking at this square root page here, squares and square roots. So we're just simplifying each expression for number 1 here. So 2 squared is 4, negative 2 squared is 4. 4 squared is 16, and negative 4 squared is 16. What they're trying to show you here is 4 and negative 4 both equal 16. 2 and negative 2 both equal 4 when you square them. Okay. When they ask number 2, a square root is a number that produces a specific quantity when multiplied by itself. For example, 5 is a square root of 25 because 5 squared equals 25. Explain why negative 5 is also a square root of 25. Well, because, and you might want to write this out, but just to give you a little hint, negative 5 times negative 5 will equal 25. So that's why negative 5 is a square root of 25. You might want to put that more in words. I do a couple of these for number 3 just to let you know if you needed help. Find all the square roots of each number below. Hint, each number has 2 square roots except for one of them. So for instance, 4 is going to have 2 times 2 equals 4, and negative 2 times negative 2 equals 4. That's all you're doing. Do the same thing for B, C, and D. This is the weird one, 0. If you look for the square root of 0, it's just going to be 0. That's the one with one of them. For number 4, explain why negative 4 squared does not equal negative 16. It's because negative 4 times negative 4 equals 16. 2 negatives multiplied together equal a positive, if you want to put it in words. Use the definition of square roots to explain why negative 16 has no real square roots. And basically what we were talking about in class was just no number or integer multiplied by itself will equal a negative number. So you have any negative number, you're multiplying it by itself, you're multiplying 2 negative numbers, which ends up equaling a positive number. Okay. For number 7, and try 6 on your own. These are true or false, and then correct it. So if you got through number 1 through 5, A through D should be good. D, remember, up here in E, for number 3, that will help you with D. For number 7, summarize your observations and use 0, 1, or 2 to complete each statement. So all positive numbers are going to have 2 real square roots. All negative numbers have 0 real square roots. And 0 has 1 real square root, which is just going to be 0. 8, circle all values for x that are solutions to each equation below. So go ahead and, like for this first one, what would you square in order to get 4? Well, A and D, okay, for instance. When you get to I, what 2 numbers would you multiply to get negative 25? Well, that's no solution there. So try the other 2 on your own. Pretty easy. Number 9, find the solutions to each equation below. This is called solving by the square root method. Well, what 2 numbers could you multiply by themselves to get 49? Well, that would be 7 and negative 7. This would be 9 and negative. Oh, I didn't see that was negative 81. So, no solution. Okay, I didn't see that negative earlier. So 25 would be 5 and negative 5. And to get 0, you just take 0 squared and you get 0. Okay, solve each equation below by using the square root method. And what that means is you just get x squared by itself. So I'm going to, what I did here is I subtracted 2 from both sides. I ended up getting x by itself, that's why I did that. X squared equals 64. 64, the square root of 64 is going to be 8 or negative 8, because negative 8 times negative 8 would be 64 also. This would be x squared equals 100, and so you'd have 10 and negative 10. This you would divide by 3, so 75 divided by 3 is going to give you 25, so square root of 25 would be either 5 or negative 5. And then this one, what does this mean? Well, you're going to multiply both sides by 2 to get x squared by itself. So now you have x squared equals 4. Well, what numbers could you multiply by themselves? So 2 times 2 would be 4, and negative 2 times negative 2 would be 4 also. So summarize, and you might do better than I do. I just put a couple sentences here. Summarize how to find the solutions to a quadratic equation by using the square root method. You isolate the x squared, I just took that from the directions up here, and find the square roots of square root or roots, depends on the problem that you're looking at, of what x squared equals. Okay, so in other words, x squared equaled 4. We found the square roots of 4, which would be 2 and negative 2. All right, hopefully this helps, and good luck with the few that you were left on your own for.